What's up, gang? What's up? Oh my god. Oh, it's kind of cold. It's very cold in here. So, I got a discussion here that I want to talk about. I'm gonna jump into it, but I'm gonna be on the road, so hope you don't mind. It's cold today. Some snowflakes going on here. I'll go get myself a little coffee. Okay. Brain fog. About 75% of people suffer from it in varying degrees. It's a very common problem in this country, in this world. And before I get into the full video of the brain fog topics, I wanted to talk about something that is relevant to this, and that would be, you think about 100 years ago, 200 years ago, 1,000 years ago. I like to go back to our ancestry. It's a good segue into this topic. Um, Sorry, I'm just driving through my neighborhood and noticing that I don't know if my recycling came today. I mean, I'm very upset. I feel like my recycling came very early and I missed it. Missed opportunity for 2 weeks. Okay, anyway. So you go back to our ancestry and what do we have? We had this world, but what we're used to having is, I mean, it was hard times, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, I'm watching this new documentary about the Vikings. It takes place like 800 AD, and the streets were filled with shit and feces, mud. Everyone was dirty, stunk. You know, um, and there's different times, but our heritage, once upon a time, we were very limited in our daily stimulation, okay? And the world was a very, very big place. The things that we had to do were, cook breakfast, or cook meals, take care of the children, go to work, farm. You had a very limited mindset of things you had to do. You didn't have to go to UPS store to return your broken Bluetooth. You didn't have to, print out labels and get a new printer because the printer broke. You didn't have to, pay those bills online, all those things that we do. And now we do it all. But really what has happened, seriously, and I'm trying to get off topic. I just have a lot to say, and I want to say it succinctly as I can. What you have here is a breakdown because now we have our phones. I'm looking at my phone last night and thinking, what if they had this phone back then, The whole damn world is in my phone. The phone is the world. Access to anybody with just the touch of a button. I can call anybody, pretty much, and talk to them and hear them, so that's not a live engagement. I can video call people anywhere in the world and see them. I can Google and instantly know the answer to any question that I have. Any question that I have, I can find an answer to in seconds. I could pay my bills online. I could do so many things. The whole world I could access from Google Earth. I could see the streets in Italy, and I can street view those. I mean, it's just unbelievable to think about the technology that exists with just the phone. I'm not talking about anything else, but the infrastructure, obviously, the cell phone towers and everything that allows us to use the phones is quite a grand thing. But to what cost? I start to think, to what cost is this because and you don't have to but if you fall into the trap, like people that grew up with phones, and I'm sort of in the middle. I didn't grow up with cell phones. Didn't happen until actually like my freshman year of college. But especially the younger generations who grew up and they just have phones. My goddaughter is she's getting a phone, 10 years old, brand new phone. Actually, she's 9, I think. So we have these phones and we have this whole world. He's got the whole world in his hands, right? I mean, it's crazy. It's just crazy. So the stimulation, I realized, and I didn't even know this, I'm addicted to my phone. I'm staring at it constantly. And when you become sick, you definitely want to, you're always reading on the phone. There's so many articles, your books, everything is there. Recipes. I just want to say that because it's important. So brain fog. Brain fog can be caused by lots of screen exposure, sedentary lifestyles, using our phones too much, watching too much TV, watching ttoo much, playing too many video games. Yesterday I found myself playing a game. It was against the computer. It's a stupid game, but I ended up playing for like 4.5 straight hours, and my mind was completely shot to hell afterward, even more so than usual. So I just enough can't be said about like real life engagement. And as you slip away from that, it's very gradual until you realize you're and that you need that something to feel normal. And that's a scary thing. And that doesn't have to be crystal meth or cocaine. That can be pornography. That can be all these other elusive drugs that people have, all these video gaming, stuff like that. And then by the time you realize you're addicted, and by addicted meaning I need to do this or I'm going to feel weird, now you got a problem, because you're going to have to detox from that thing and you're going to have to taper off that thing. So it's not all about medication shaming and medications causing damage. It's a lot. Anyway, broke up there for a second, but anybody that's living that terrible diet could clearly have brain fog caused from nutritional problems or whatever. But a lot of people eat bad diets and don't have brain fog, or at least I did. I didn't for most of my life. But you got to take care of the basics. We talk about this all the time. If you have bad brain fog, you might want to just go on a Paleolithic diet. That a lot of times can clear up most people's brain fog. Now, there's a lot of talk, there's a lot of supplements, a lot of things to try. Being low in choline, being low in catecholamines, those can all cause brain fog. So, poor sleep, bad sleep cycles, sleep apnea, like I said, too much screen time, all can cause brain fog. Withdrawal from caffeine or other drugs and medications can cause brain fog. But in my case, what I've come to find out, because I thought that if I just ran, I exercised, I ate proper, that would fix my brain fog, but it did not. And I tried all these supplements, it did not. If you could have the healthiest lifestyle in the world, but if you're stressed, it's going to cause brain fog. Stress. So and you get into a cycle, and I want to just talk about that cycle for this video, because if you end up having brain fog and then you're anxious about the brain fog, you send these alarm bells. As soon as you wake up, you're like, man, I feel shit today, and now I've got this fog. What am I going to do? What do I need to do about it? And you're just sending alarm bells to your amygdala. Your amygdala is forcing you to have to make a decision. It's going to go through the insula and it's going to say, you have to make a decision what to do about this brain fog. you got to take a medication, you got to take a supplement, you need to do something to fix this, because you're saying there's something wrong. And if you're saying there's something wrong, your brain says you've got to fix it. Same thing as if you've hurt in your foot or something like that. It's going to say you have to do something about it. You're in pain. There's a problem. Fix it. In order to override that with your conscious thinking, you have to say, okay, well, I have this brain fog. I hate it, but I don't have to like it, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to let it win. I'm not going to let it ruin my day. I realize that today I'm going to have it. I had it yesterday, but as soon as you do that, as soon as you anyway, you can go to Wonder Bro. He's got a great channel about acceptance. I'm getting ready to enter this like a black hole for cell phone service, but if I disconnect, and I'm gonna have to run in and grab my my coffee real quick. But so if you're sending those alarm bells off and you're creating that cycle, and then it worsens the anxiety, it worsens the brain fog, it worsens the depersonalization or whatever it is, then you're going to find yourself in a worse spot, because your symptoms will increase, and then more alarm bells go off. And when alarm bells go off, like I said, you're raising cortisol, you're raising stress hormones in a negative way, and the fear and the stress is going to perpetuate the cycle of brain fog. So that's really the type of brain fog I wanted to talk about in this video. A lot of people, normal people, have brain fog, and it's just a nutritional deficiency from poor diet and poor lifestyle. But if you've already fixed that, and you're taking your supplements, or you've been checked, you've been tested, and you eat a good diet, you get enough exercise, then you, like me, man, like Starbucks, these cars are like around the damn block. Hold on. We're gonna pull an audible. Alright. Please forgive me. It's gonna take me about 30 seconds. I already ordered it and paid, so it should be right there. I'll stay here for a second, talk maybe, actually, and just finish the video. So if you've already resolved all those other issues and you're still having this brain fog that just won't go away, then it's very likely it's due to stress about the brain fog. And this happens with pain. If you're stressed about pain, it can cause more pain. It's all about the mind. The mind is trying to protect us, and if we will not allow it to heal, it will not heal. So stress causes inflammation. Stress causes increase in catecholamines, and that all leads to hypervigilance, brain fog. And the only way to really calm down that type of too, it's like, and if you have a hurt leg, what do? You rest it until it heals. And if you don't, and you keep walking on a hurt leg, it's just never going to heal. And you're like, why the hell is my leg not healing? It's been a year and my leg's still in pain. You need to put it in a cast and let it heal. The mind's the same thing. If you're constantly thinking, why do I have brain fog? Why do I have brain fog? Why do I have depersonalization? Why am I anxious? Why am I anxious? Why am I this way? Why am I this way? Why do I feel weird? Why do I, like a lot of people, and this is what it's about, then you are just sending alarm bells off all day, and you're never going to heal. So you guys got to calm down, fully accept that this is going to be a transient, temporary problem once you finally accept it. And then you're within a max. You can't put a time limit on it. You don't want to think about it. You'll get better. I've done it. People have done it. But sometimes people take medications. In my case, Lamictal worked amazing. It cleared like 90% of my brain. Is a physiological chemical response that causes, and that could be, in a lot of cases, high glutamate. And high glutamate is a result from conditioned stress and PTSD, and sometimes it's not as easy as just forgetting the terrible memory, right? If you've had a bad experience, or you're constantly reliving trauma, or you have deep embedded trauma in your mind, sometimes medication and or counseling, those things, expedited way, and it in that case your symptoms abate a little bit, and then you can start to heal. So to wrap it up, brain fog is an epidemic. Everyone has it in varying degrees. You're not alone. It's very disruptive, and I've had it for many years. I've come back and forth from it. And there's different types, so it's not always one shoe fits all. You know, you read stories online and you think, oh yeah, the pelvic muscles. And this isn't about pain, but I talk about that as an adjunct to because it's really the same thing. At least with CPPS, they will have pain, and then the pain causes the alarm bells. The alarm bells cause stress. The stress causes more tension, more tightness in the pelvis, more pain. And the only way to get rid of the pain is to stop worrying about the pain, and that's very hard to do, but I did do it through paradoxical relaxation, and slowly I felt 5% better, and then that reinforced that biofeedback track, and I started to feel better, and then within a month, my hell is over, and I have flare-ups, and I have to practice the same things. But anyway, so I hope this helps. I hope that you can resolve your brain fog. If you have any questions, please hit me up, and subscribe.